This is the place where we have arrived. We're wealthier, healthier, safer than ever. And I think that the big problem of our time, of my generation, is not that we don't have it good. It's that we don't really have an idea of where to go from here. If you'd have a time machine and go to the Middle Ages, kidnap a farmer there, bring him to modern-day London, show him around, he'd say, well, this is utopia. You've achieved all the dreams we have. You're richer than ever, wealthier, you don't suffer from hunger every day. But the question he would also have is, why do you still get out of bed in the morning? I mean, what's left? And that's indeed the question that I had. You must know I was born in 1988, so that was a year before the fall of the Berlin Wall. I mean, this was the time, you all know this book by Francis Fukuyama, right? The idea was that we had arrived at the end of history, that all that was left was technocracy, solving little problems. You know, a little bit more of economic growth, the next iPhone, the next gadget, maybe worry a little bit about the environment, but that's it. And then came 2008, the financial crash, and we just had 2016. Trump, Brexit, well, it seems history has started once again. But I think that we still have the problem that we don't really know where to go from here. My generation was taught that utopian visions are dangerous, that we had tried that in the 20th century and that we are still counting the corpses, you know, with fascism and communism. But I think we also lost something there. Every milestone of civilization was once a utopian fantasy. Just think of the end of slavery, democracy, equal rights for men and women. It was all dismissed as crazy once. So we know by studying history that ideas can and do change the world. But what are our ideas today? So what we actually need is, I think, is a new image of human nature. If you watch the news all the time, at the end of the day, you'll have a really bleak image of humanity. Because the news is always about things that are going wrong. It's always about these exceptions. Here's a radical idea for you. Most people are pretty nice. It's really true. If you ask people, for example, what they would do with a basic income, about 99% say, well, I've got dreams, I've got ambitions. I'm not going to sit on the couch, you know, I'm going to do something useful with it. And indeed, they're right. This is indeed what we find in all the experiments that have been conducted around the globe with a basic income. But if you don't then ask people, what would other people do with a basic income? Most of them answer, other people. Well, you know, human nature, they're probably lazy, gonna watch Netflix all the time, drugs, etc. So I think we need to update our view of humanity, and then suddenly new ideas start to make sense.